And I can talk about some ways to support the podcast as well.
Do you know what this is? I'm going to teach you something right now.
When the train.
No.
Right? No, the big rig. Boom, boom.
Double time.
In the field means
double
hurry.
time. Pick it up. Pick up the pace. Gotcha. All right. Let's do it. All right. Cool. Well, if you want to support this podcast and yourself, of course, we're doing a double thing. Go to originmain.com. Okay. Originmain.com. This is where you can get Jocko supplements for your joints, first of all. That's a big one.
You know what you're starting to sound like?
What?
Just so you know.
What? Not the radio guy.
Yes.
No, not the radio guy.
That was 100%.
Brad, do I sound like a radio guy?
That was 100%.
No, nothing. Thanks, Jake. See,
redo it, dude. You were like.
No,
I can't even say it.
No, I wasn't. All right. I believe you. Okay. OriginMain.com. Maine, the state Maine. OriginMain.com. This is where you can get Jocko supplements, super krill oil for your joints. Important. Super important.
Yep, that was good.
Solid.
Approved.
Yeah. And it's true, by the way. Also, another supplement called Discipline. That's what this one is right here. It's like a cognitive enhancer and some caffeine in there. Some good stuff. There's some vitamins in here. This is a good one. This is a really good one. You can take it before you do something that you got to use your brain and your body, which is cool. Also, Molk. Molk is out. It's protein powder. Jocko, what the umlaut?
Believe it or not, I did 2 and 2. I did 2 and 2. I got it.
I put it together.
Wasn't that crafty.
All right. Well, there it is. Boom. And
Molk, tasty.
Yeah, mint chocolate chip. And wait, you're coming out with a new.
Yeah, but we're working. Those won't be out for a little bit.
Okay.
So there's
new
new discipline coming out. It's new flavor. One of the flavors.
Yeah.
One of the flavors is. I don't know if this is okay. Right? We might have to rebrand it something else because it can't be Jocko. If it is coconut pineapple,
yeah,
it's tasty.
See, okay, so here's
good,
one of those things.
I can't believe it. So, anyways,
so Jocko's hardcore, right? Authentic, hardcore, right? This guy. Okay, so one of the main important issues with developing these supplements, which are good supplements, by the way, is taste. Is that hardcore? Does that seem hardcore to you?
He thinks that I would when I originally was making supplements, he thought that I would have no priority on taste. Like if it tastes bad, doesn't matter.
Right, doesn't matter.
It's actually better if it tastes worse.
No, that's false dichotomy.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking.
But you could think that.
Yeah,
that I can be like, right. You know what?
Yes,
in order
correct.
to drink this, you just got to get you just got to grit your teeth and get some.
Potentially. Hey, if that happens, it happens. Kind of like if it's cold,
But I don't feel
whatever.
that way. Because the reality is when supplements taste like crap, you don't eat them.
Take them.
So then what's the point?
Yeah.
So there you go.
The flank. That's what he did. That's what that is. The flank with the taste. Nonetheless, it tastes good. And I think pina colada, pineapple, coconut, whatever, I think that's a good idea. Pay homage to our Hawaii roots.
Yes. All my people in Hawaii.
Yes. And Molk, by the way, is mint chocolate chip.
Yep.
Mint chocolate. There's no chips.
There's no chips. Good point.
Same kind of feel.
Weird. I've never heard it without the chips. It's kind of threw my gerbil for a
it's
loop.
It's be a little bit tough to deal with.
Yeah. It will taste good though. We can count on that.
It tastes good.
Yeah.
Reports are in.
Good. Very good. Also, I hear good things about the mixability too. Side note.
Just all
That's
good.
a big deal, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass. Also, geese and rash guards. We're still on OriginMain, by the way, .com, OriginMain.com. Geese and rash guards if you're into jiu-jitsu. When you get into jiu-jitsu, you can have the question, and we still get that question. What gi should I get? Get an Origin gi. Boom. There you go. Also, rash guards, compression gear, and sweatsuits and whatnot. Most comfortable sweatsuits in the world. Proven 100%. Also, the immersion camp, jiu-jitsu immersion camp.
Boom.
In Maine, Lake Echo layers. 1 week, 2 sessions, starts August 26th and September 2nd. Leif will be there. Dave Burke will be there. I will be there. Is JP going to be there?
JP's trying to schedule it at this time.
Wait, so Leif is going?
Leif is going.
And of course,
I can't say full confirmed because flights aren't booked yet or whatever, but when I talked to Leif the other day, he was, let's just call it real fired up.
Yeah, that's the plan. Boom, Leif in the game. Dave, of course, me, yeah, and Jocko's going. No injured rib.
Yeah. No injured rib this
Boom,
time.
you want to roll Jocko. You can roll with Jocko. It'll be good. Go to originmain.com to see all of these things. And, you see something you like, get something. Also, onit.com/Jocko. You can get fitness gear, kettlebells, steel bells, jump ropes. A lot of good stuff on there. I got some soap from them.
Interesting.
Yeah, just to see what it was. They have some good stuff.
Approve or disapprove?
I didn't use it yet.
Oh, okay.
Just came in. I'll report back. I promise.
Silent.
Good spot. Onit.com/Jocko. Also, when you buy these books, Fortunate Son, Marine, Life of Chesty Puller, or any of the books that Jocko reviews on this podcast, what I did, I went to Jocko Podcast or JockoPodcast.com, little section called Books from the Episodes. Got them all listed there by episode. Click through there. Boom. Take it to Amazon shop. Buy those books. Or a leaf blower. Or whatever you isn't going to buy. Just carry on shopping. That's, do your thing.
A good way to support.
Very good. Very good. Also,
the alternative is we do like 40 minutes of advertisements in the beginning.
I don't have a problem with that.
That's not happening.
Well, yeah, you're kind of anti-advertisements as far as advertisements go.
Yeah.
Even like on you know how when you watch a YouTube video, the ads in the beginning of the video?
I have YouTube Red.
Do you have YouTube Red too? Is that what's going on?
I don't.
YouTube Red is the best $9.99 a month you can spend. You press click and it just starts playing the video. No advertisement.
Here's the thing. I don't mind the advertisements. That's how I find out about like a bunch of the new movies that come out. A lot of intermittent fasting.
Guy's weird. I had a guy the other day. He was like, he was watching one of the podcasts. And it was one of the heavy podcasts, which I guess doesn't really narrow it down too much. He goes, I was walking the podcast, and all of a sudden there's a big advertisement on.
Oh, you know what? This is what YouTube will do sometimes with longer videos. They'll just put the ad in wherever.
This guy was angry.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I can dig it.
It was in the YouTube comments, which we know we don't respond to, but we do read. But I almost responded, bro, $9.99, $9.99 a month. That thing's gone.
Yeah.
I was watching videos.
That's some serious first world shit right there.
It is, bro. It is.
Jeez.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Heavy. My day was going great, and then a commercial popped.
That was 30 seconds of my life. I'll never get back.
Again, man, I dig the ads. I get it though, because sometimes you're listening to his deal, his thing, whatever it is he's talking about. It takes you mentally and kind of emotionally. Let's face it. Emotionally into a certain spot, and then it fades out into some, hey, do you want to, I don't know, whatever the ad is, you want to get more color. It kind of puts the brakes on that.
There's been some emotional moments in the podcast, especially for Echo. I'll say Echo's been very, and we didn't talk about it because it was actually not the right time to talk about it, but on the last podcast, 122, there was an emotional moment for Echo, and
hey man,
you got through it.
I know I'm like super hardcore and everyone knows that, but hey man, even the strongest have their moments of fatigue.
No one.
And I was maybe just fatigued that time.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Look at him changing the subject.
Good ways to support is subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and any other place. Wherever you listen to your podcast, new podcast apps all over now.
Yeah,
so boom,
everywhere.
Subscribe. No shame.
Can't keep up with them.
Yeah, and when I say no shame, that's not in Hawaii. Or actually, here's something, a little interesting thing. It's not super interesting. It's kind of interesting. You know the expression "no shame," right? It usually means like, this guy has no shame. Like he's kind of low. Like he has his moral standards may be kind of low, something like that, right? In Hawaii, no shame means don't be shy. So
in South Africa. When I was in South Africa, they say shame.
Shame.
It's just a word that they use for all kinds of different things. I'm like, oh, shame.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's I like the way they used it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll try and bring it back.
I'm telling you right now, with those two pieces of information,
right?
I'm prepared to change the world.
It'll help communication. You get a guy from Hawaii and he says no shame. He doesn't mean it in a bad way because they're very subtle differences. But one is kind of on the bad side, like, oh, this guy no shame. This guy no shame. If a guy from Hawaii says no shame, he's just saying don't be shy. Or if he's telling a story, he's saying, hey, this person wasn't shy at that point. Like if he says, and here it is, here's the example. Okay, I'm telling a story about a guy who went and talked to a girl and said, this guy, no shame. He just went and talked to her.
Oh, yeah.
On the mainland or, outside of Hawaii, whatever, they'd be like, wait, what was wrong with it? Was that his friend's girlfriend or something? Or was that his cousin or something? You know what I mean? So it sounds like a whole different story.
So you can't do that in text message there then?
If it's a Hawaii guy, you can.
More
It's
first
insane.
world problems.
Yeah, well,
what you may not know is if he could probably do it because he is very proactive and aggressive in his use of emojis. This guy,
yeah.
rainbows, shakas, lightning
Unicorns.
bolts. He brings it.
Yeah, I incorporated the palm tree too very recently, so watch out for that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nonetheless, back to support. YouTube channel also, along with the podcast platforms and apps. YouTube, we do have a YouTube channel. Warrior Kid Podcast has a YouTube channel too now.
Oh,
Boom, just released.
Warrior Kid YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Podcast
For the
Got it.
podcast. Yeah, same kind
Awesome.
of deal, but just Warrior Kid stuff.
Posted yet?
It's up and running live.
Okay.
So
Like it.
be on the lookout
Like
for
it.
that one. But yeah, YouTube, we have the video version of this podcast. You want to see what Jake looks like? Handsome. Good looking guy.
He talked about
Right.
that moneymaker during the podcast.
Yeah.
You might want to come check it out.
Yeah, guys got curious.
Dude, I'm
People got
telling you.
curious. Yeah.
Don't deny it. One of the first things I did was ask somebody in my family. I was like, I need a mirror. I hadn't seen my face. And I was like, how bad is it?
Yeah.
I saw it and I was like, it's not bad.
Right.
We're good.
Yeah,
Right
you can
on.
still work. Boom.
Right on.
Solid. Yeah. So if you guys curious
Still
about that, boom, we got the YouTube channel. Perfect. Also got excerpts on there and enhanced excerpts. I take little excerpt, put music on it. It's nice.
Mm.
I think it's nice. Jocko thinks it's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good. Some of them.
Hell yeah. Also, Jocko has a store. It's called Jocko Store. Creatively enough, JockoStore.com. This is where you can get T-shirts and whatnot. Whatnot meaning rash guards as well. Hoodies, hats, all kinds of cool stuff. I think they're cool.
I love it.
Yeah, it's
Boom.
good. It's good. JockoStore.com. I'm
Jocko
telling
Gear.
you. It's Jocko Gear on
that
Jocko
makes it
Store.
pretty simple.
Yeah, fully. Nonetheless, look, with this one, I'm not saying, hey, go to Jocko Store, buy something. I'm not saying that. I'm saying just go there. Check it out. You like something? Get something. That's a good way to support. That's all I'm saying about Jocko Store. Also,
I like it.
it's good. Yeah. Also, Psychological Warfare. Okay. If you don't know what that is, this is what it is. It's an album with tracks. Jocko tracks. Not a song. They're not songs. Not Jocko singing.
You don't want none of that.
No, we don't. Playing guitar, maybe. That's kind of cool. I
Yeah.
think you play guitar. Nonetheless, it's not that. It's Jocko talking, and here's what he's saying. Okay, we call it our campaign against weakness, right? Just, you're on the program. You're on the path. You're getting in shape. You're staying in shape. You're whatever you're doing, right? You're reading more. I don't know. Waking up early, right? Impose the discipline first thing in the morning. Whatever you're doing. You can do that every day. Those days where you're feeling weak, you might skip the workout. I'm going to sleep in. Whatever the weakness is, there's a track for it. And it's Jocko telling you why you shouldn't give in to that weakness just for that time. It's not him yelling, nothing like that. It's just kind of explaining to you why you shouldn't give in. It's real effective too, by the way. 100% effective. If I'm not mistaken, that was the last numerical report, percentage-wise.
Check. Well, you just mentioned very quickly the Warrior Kid podcast.
Yeah.
And that it has a YouTube channel.
Yes.
And in order to have a YouTube channel for the Warrior Kid podcast, there has to be a Warrior Kid podcast, which there is now.
Yes.
The Warrior Kid podcast is out. And in it is questions for Uncle Jake, by the way. Not
Love
this
it.
Uncle Jake, but a different Uncle Jake.
I'll take it.
Similar.
The other one.
And it's on a separate channel. The reason I put it on a separate channel is so that your kids aren't sitting there streaming podcasts, Warrior Kid podcast, and all of a sudden they jump into
Melee.
Machete season
Yeah.
or the Melee Massacre. So it's a totally separate channel. Uncle Jake's got some lessons learned. For kids, yes, definitely. For parents, very true.
100%.
100% coming from Echo Charles.
Yeah.
For teachers, yes. Coaches, yes. Human beings, I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
Real quick about the what I was thinking too while I was listening to it, where it's okay. This is why it's for like a parent, because these kids like that ask you the questions.
Yeah.
Their questions they probably ask their parents.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Maybe the parents would be like, "Oh,
I'm not sure.
yeah, maybe," or "Okay, I'll just kind of spontaneously answer the question." Meanwhile, it's like kind of it's good, man. It's good.
It's getting
And now they know, like, oh,
number
my
one.
kid
Did you know that?
happens to be
Number one
the way.
kids podcast, kids and family podcast.
and
So that's
family,
cool. All right. Speaking of Way of the Warrior Kid, there's the book, Way of the Warrior Kid, and there's also the new book. Boom, there it is, hardcover. Way of the Warrior Kid 2, Mark's Mission. Uncle Jake continues to help Mark with some of his problems, losing his temper, how to handle being made fun of. Don't you wish somebody told you how to handle being made fun of when you were a kid? I know I would have liked that. Fear of failure, how do you overcome that? Also learns about the value of money. A lot of people don't know that these days. A lot of kids don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
Mark, in the book, actually gets a job, makes money, refurbishes a bike, basically gets after it. So, give the children that you know the ultimate gift, and that is the gift of discipline. Show them the way of the warrior kid, and you'll be stoked. Speaking of warrior kids, and soap, which you mentioned earlier, that you could get from On It, you could also get soap from Aiden. He's a warrior kid.
Yeah, very, very good one now.
Yeah. IrishOaksRanch.com. Stay clean. That's the motto.
Sure.
Don't forget about Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual. And I'm actually glad I wrote this book.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because I actually have to refer to it.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Okay, that's kind of the reaction I thought you were going to say. Like, dang, like you didn't think I had to refer to it. Did you think I didn't have to refer to it?
I think I never thought about whether or not you had to refer to it. But now that you mentioned, it's kind of like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
It's like, you know how you got to write your to-do list? Like, well, you're going to remember that? It's kind of like that.
I have to refer to the manual.
Yeah.
It's a good book, man. It's good. You open it up, read a page.
It's good.
Read 2 pages. That's the way I wrote it. I wasn't even thinking about like the effectiveness of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's a manual.
If you want the audio version, Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual, it's not on Audible because Audible wouldn't work for a book like this. It needs to be an album with tracks, so it's available on iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Play, other MP3 platforms. Then there's extreme ownership, of course, combat leadership applied to the battlefield, applied to business, applied to life. Do you know that over 1 million copies sold?
Dang.
Right now. That's pretty cool.
Impressive.
Yeah, we're stoked on that.
Congrats.
And it's the best selling, I forget, there's some kind of a cool best selling leadership book since its release or something like that. I forget the actual thing, but it sounded pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
They sent me a stat thing today. That's why I know this stuff. Get it for your business and life. And also, you can right now order the follow-on book to Extreme Ownership that I wrote with my brother Leif Babin. It's called The Dichotomy of Leadership. It is finding the balance as a leader, and I talk about this all the time on the podcast. I actually talked about this in the first public interview I ever did with Tim Ferriss. He asked me about the qualities of leaders. I said balance. So, well, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
As we continue to work with companies and businesses and people, like the hardest thing people have, the hardest challenge people have is balance. I talked a ton about that with talking about Chesty Puller. So much balance. He balanced perfectly between being hard and being gentle. He found that perfect balance. Because if you're too gentle as a leader, you're a pushover, no one respects you. If you're too hard as a leader, you drive people too hard, you're a slave driver, no one likes you, no one respects you. You got to find that balance. That's what this book is about. And if you need QRF at your company, quick reaction force, right? If you need some support, some help with your leadership, well, contact the Quick Reaction Force for your team. It's called Echelon Front. It's my leadership consulting company. It's me. It's Leif Babin, JP Donnell, Dave Burke. Website is echelonfront.com. We solve problems through leadership. Boom. If you got a problem, it's leadership. Of course, the Muster Leadership Seminar 005 is in Washington, D.C., May 17th and 18th, and 006 is in San Francisco, October 17th and 18th. D.C. is close to being sold out right now. It might be sold out. There might be a few tickets left, but if you want to register, extremeownership.com, get in the game with us. I will not be in the presidential suite eating chocolate-covered strawberries and drinking fizzy water. I will not be doing that. I will be with you. If you come to the Muster, I'll be with you, hanging out, eating lunch, working out, talking, answering questions the whole time.
Yep.
No green room. Leif, same way. JP, same way. Dave, same way. Echo Charles?
Same
way.
Crazy.
You can come to any one of those if you want to. They're fun.
I'm in.
They're fun.
Yeah. We got something in Dallas, too, if you want to come to that. It's called The Roll Call. It's for police, law enforcement,
Oh, dude, yeah.
military. You want to come, hang out, do whatever you want to do. You can just come BTF around, get after it. That's cool with us. And that one is September 21st in Dallas, Texas. That's also register on extremeownership.com. And until...
Dude, that's perfect. It's perfect.
You got something going on?
Yeah.
I got hit September 20th.
Oh.
Our gala is September 22nd in Dallas.
We're good. We'll see you there.
Right on.
You're locked.
You're all coming.
Oh, dang.
We'll come do your thing. You come do ours.
Oh, nice. We'll crash your party. You crash mine.
Hey, again, with a good time.
That'd be awesome. And until we see you at the muster or the roll call or at the immersion camp in Maine, if you want to cruise with us kind of hard, you can find us on the interwebs, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on that Facebook hockey. Jake, listen to this one. Jake is at Jacob_Schick, which is spelled like S Chick. In case anyone
Always say Schick like the razor, no relation. I got screwed on that deal.
Oh yeah, you got left out in the cold on that one.
Yeah. The dude that started it's named Jacob Schick.
I Googled your name like a couple weeks ago, and I was reading about Jacob Schick.
Yeah.
One of these days I'm going to overtake him.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Echo is at Echo Charles, and I am at Jocko Willink.